millions of Americans, as of tomorrow, will no longer receive SNAP.
Tonight on DC News Now, a desperate hour for tens of millions of Americans. The new order from two judges to restore SNAP funding and why it's still unclear when money will be available.
A night of trick-or-treating evolving during the government shutdown.
Really, there's a need for us to kind of come together as a community and support each other and really make sure people have what they need.
Some families handing out food along with the sweets.
And the howling winds we had out there for Halloween will continue to subside into the weekend. The latest details on that coming up.
One final thrill, Six Flags America, coming to a close this weekend.
We really have not seen the full potential, the full economic potential of that site.
The potential redevelopment now in the works.
Just hours left of Halloween, shifting us right into the holidays. We're helping you stretch your dollar with some early savings.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Developing on DC News Now at 10, a massive group of teens flooding Navy Yard. New video here showing National Guard troops and DC police stepping in to break up the crowd on this busy Halloween night. Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us for DC News Now. I'm Chris Flanagan.
And I'm Susan Tran. The video coming into our newsroom just about an hour ago. It shows the group of kids right near the Navy Yard metro station. You can see them gathered out there. There are police and families. We did reach out to police who say it is a large crowd of teens, but there are no reports of any violence. And of course, it's also a very busy Friday night with a lot of kids out, teens out for Halloween. This is a developing story, and we're going to continue to monitor this situation, pass along all the latest details on air and online at dcnewsnow.com.
And the other big story we're following tonight, the government shutdown. A small sigh of relief for about 40 million families who rely on federal food assistance. Two federal judges ordering the Trump administration to use emergency funding for the SNAP program that was set to run dry tomorrow.
But the $5 billion in contingency dollars is not even enough to cover a full month of benefits for everyone across the country. DC News Now's Daniel Hamburg joining us live in studio.
And Daniel, a lot of families here in the DMV rely on SNAP. What are these families saying tonight?
Chris and Susan, definitely a little sense of relief there. DC, Maryland, and Virginia all put in place plans to cover the lapse in funding, but there's still some uncertainty about how long it's going to take for those payments to process. The Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program is a lifeline for tens of thousands of DC families.
My mom's a single mom with 3 kids, and they decreased her benefits last month, and she only gets like maybe $500 for 3 kids. It's me and my 2 younger siblings, and now she's not getting food stamps.
Friday afternoon, 2 judges in Massachusetts and Rhode Island ruled the U.S. Department of Agriculture has to fund SNAP with emergency reserves. The USDA initially planned to freeze payments November 1st because of the shutdown.
They shouldn't have canceled it at all. Like, there's a bunch of people in D.C. with many single families with kids that need food, and kids are going to school hungry. The food prices are raising up. D.C.
Hunger Solutions Director LaMonica Jones says 141,000 people in the district rely on SNAP.
The need is great, and it's growing once you factor in furloughed workers, RFID workers, as well as just the sheer number of people that are still experiencing food insecurity.
At a Giant and Shaw, Deneen Brookings helps people use SNAP.
Every day. I told them use them slowly because there's no more next month.
Because of this ruling and local funds, her customers should be fine for now.
What we want to make sure of is that following this lawsuit is that states that opt to utilize their own local reserve or rainy day funds, that they are reimbursed.
President Trump posted on Truth Social tonight, blaming Democrats for the shutdown, saying he does not want Americans to go hungry. He said, quote, "If we are given the appropriate legal direction by the court, it will be my honor to provide the funding." In the studio, Daniel Hamburg, DC News Now.
All right, Daniel, in the district, fired and furloughed federal workers holding a food drive outside the USDA headquarters. They were on the National Mall packing up canned goods and non-perishable items for families in need. The People's Pantry was organized by the DMV Federal Unionist Network. We will continue to bring you the latest developments from Capitol Hill, both here on air and online. You can find those details at dcnewsnow.com. Just search government shutdown. Well, happening tonight, many families in the district, well, they go big for Halloween. I mean, fully decorating their homes, even shutting down streets.
For some neighbors in Bloomingdale, they wanted to do something more than just hand out candy. They use this as an opportunity to support the thousands of federal workers who are going without paychecks. DC News Now's Yamri Sase joining us live there in Northwest.
All right, Yamri, the big decorations really showing off some big hearts.
Yeah, that's right. This neighborhood goes all out for Halloween. It's pretty calm right now, but earlier this street was packed with people trick-or-treating, families celebrating, having a good time. And just look at how creative this neighborhood gets when it comes to celebrating Halloween. Now, they say they love the community feel, and the most important thing that they're doing a little bit different this year is giving back to those in need, especially those impacted by the shutdown.
Community is amazing. They show up in full force, so welcoming.
Happy Halloween! From Sesame Street to the firefighter team and even Aladdin's flying carpet. This Northwest DC neighborhood gets creative when it comes to Halloween.
Amazing houses that are really decorated fun, and he loves seeing lots of skeletons, so we have a blast.
Happiness, right? Kids come around, you give them candy, people smile, and the city needs it.
Halloween is special to the Bloomingdale neighborhood, especially to Stephanie Cooper. She started the sidewalk Halloween trick-or-treat after COVID.
It's amazing. It's unimaginable. We do this kind of in one day. We put this all out in one day.
It just feels so alive out here. It's everyone coming together. It feels so alive.
And this year has an extra purpose. With many families impacted by the ongoing government shutdown, neighbors here are kicking off a food drive collecting donations for furloughed workers and anyone who needs a little extra help right now.
Really, there's a need for us to kind of come together as a community and support each other and really make sure people have what they need.
It's really lovely to see people get together and really try to help their neighbors.
And neighbors say that's what community is all about.
We've always stuck together, we've always helped each other out, and we've always given back.
Happy Halloween! Well, you can see some of the kiddos are still trick-or-treating, having a good time, making sure they're getting some candy before they head home. Now, that food drive just started today. It's expected to go until the end of November. We're now reporting in Northwest. I'm Yamri Sase, DC News Now.
Such great neighbors there, Yamri. Thank you. It's been a spooky Halloween in Maryland. The wind toppling this large tree here in Bethesda, Montgomery County. Firefighters, they're sharing these images, and you can see the power line is kind of tilting there because the tree taking down the utility pole and blocking part of the street. The wind also taking down a tree in the district, sending it on top of this car. Firefighters helping to clear the branches off of the car. This was there at 12 between M and N Streets.
Yeah, some pretty powerful winds this afternoon. Chief Meteorologist Jackie Layer here. It's windy and breezy out there now, not nearly as breezy as earlier, though.
Right, not nearly as strong as what we had earlier today. Yeah, bringing down some of those trees there and some power lines. It was quite strong. We had some wind gusts in excess of 45 miles per hour for quite a few areas. And here's that list right now. So Billisville in Frederick County, Maryland, we're talking about 56 mile per hour gust earlier today. Even near Baltimore, the BWI Airport, 52 mile per hour gust. Even Martinsburg, at least 50 mile per hour gust there. And Reagan National is close to a 50 mile per hour gust. But Hagerstown also into that upper 40 mile per hour range to round out some of the highest of those wind gusts we saw across the region today. But gusts right now, not nearly as strong. We are now continuing to see those winding down. If anything, though, still closer to the Chesapeake, we're talking at least 32 mile per hour gusts in Annapolis, right around 30 miles per hour in Lexington Park. Rest of the region, not too bad. Temperatures low to mid 50s for much of the area at this point, but overnight it's going to be quite cold. We'll see those 30s and 40s. We'll have more details on that weekend forecast and that 7-day coming up.
All right, Jackie, we'll see you then. We have an update tonight at 10. It is a guilty verdict for the man who killed an American university professor 15 years ago. It took the jury about 7 hours to convict Jorge Landeros.
That's right, and it was for the brutal murder of Sue Ann Markham in her Maryland home back in 2010. Prosecutors say that Landeros took advantage of the accounting professor, developing a relationship by teaching her Spanish and yoga. Then he beat and strangled Markham in her home in Bethesda. Landeros took off from Mexico until agents found him, bringing him back in 2022 to face charges. He now faces up to 30 years in prison when he's sentenced in February.
All new tonight in Virginia. Loudoun County school bus driver is accused of slapping an elementary school student. Police say Alan Jackson hit that student on the way to Potomac Elementary School in Sterling. We don't know the age of that student, but we do know Jackson, now charged with simple assault. Anyone with information is asked to call the Loudoun County Sheriff's Office.
Police in Maryland are searching for at least 3 suspects wanted in an armed robbery in Silver Spring. It happened earlier this month when a man says he was cleaning his car on Quebec Terrace. A gray Hyundai pulled up next to him. Investigators saying that one suspect walked up to him with a gun, followed by 2 other suspects who started going through the man's car, stealing his cell phone. Then all 3 got back into their car and drove off. Investigators are now looking for a gray Hyundai with a broken bright brake light. You can see it right here. If you have any information, police want to hear from you.
Six Flags America in Maryland has really been an institution there for more than 25 years. And the Bowie Amusement Park is closing for good this weekend. Company says the 500-acre property will be marketed for redevelopment as part of a nationwide restructuring plan. Prince George's County leaders calling this a major loss for the community, as it's been a big source of jobs, joy, and family memories. But the property has struggled to meet economic expectations.
Six Flags operates on about 20% of the entire site, which means we really have not seen the full potential, the full economic potential of that site.
Well, they're now working to make sure what happens next at that site will support and grow the community.
It's been a happy Halloween in Virginia. Take a look at all of these kiddos. Arlington County Police having a lot of fun at a local school parade, giving out candy and seeing all the very cool costumes. Over in the district, firefighters out with the kids in Deanwood. They gave the kiddos some safety lessons as part of the day, including showing off their gear, which may look scary, but a reminder it is there to protect them from danger.
Yeah, it looks like fun, and those kiddos probably bouncing off the walls right now after eating all that candy at a sugar high. Indeed. All right, something else for your Hollow weekend. Day of the Dead at the Wharf kicks off tomorrow. That is a family-friendly day celebrating Mexican culture with live music, sugar skull decorating, and a Modelo beer garden. That event runs from 3 to 7. Again, it's at the Wharf. And the annual Adams Morgan Porch Fest also happening tomorrow. There'll be a lot of live performances like you see here from bands across several stages. That event free and dog friendly. Hear everything from bluegrass jams to classic rock hits. Now, some businesses there in the Northwest D.C. neighborhood also offering discounts to customers who come in with a free wristband. Those first performances start at 2 o'clock. The last one, they end at 6.